Hello YouTube, and welcome to Cooper Place, which is also part of this Patterson Place Townhouse scam that Charlie Sims had built. They had an article in the Dayton Daily News about a week ago about this, and despite what he says, this is nothing but a failure. This is what the article said, and I'm going to show you just a little bit of this right here. Well, downtown housing surge continues. I'm going to read a little bit of this article right here so you guys can get a load of this crap that's going on for this. Downtown's Dayton hot housing market shows no signs of cooling off, with already half of the Patterson Place Townhomes in Rubicon Square sold, according to home builder Charles Sims. Alright, let's actually break down what this first part actually meant, YouTube, okay? Half. If there was such overwhelming high demand, there wouldn't be any sold. They would be breaking ground on the next section of this, but that tells you half sold. It's already a failure. People don't want to admit it, but it's a failure. Alright, and here's the second paragraph of the article. Strong demand for urban living should result in the remaining townhomes, condos, and lofts selling out later this year or early 2015, said Sims, who is Charles Sims, the owner of the Sims Development, which developed both projects. Okay, shoulda, woulda, and coulda, okay? It's like that old saying goes, YouTube, shit in one hand, wish in the other. See which one fills up faster. And if there was really that high of demand for it, they would have sold out, boom, right away. They would have just blown them off the shelves. But it's not. And here's more of this scam that they have built right here. Here's the area around. That's the Dayton Public or Dayton Metro Library right here. So, alright, and on to the third paragraph. Sims acknowledged he is considering several sites for another downtown housing project within 6 months to a year, and more downtown residential real estate is in the pipeline. It could materialize soon. Well, I made a video about a week ago showing all the empty space that's east of where I'm at. I'm on West 2nd Street in Patterson, and I made a pretty long video about a week or 10 days ago showing, here's this Cooper Place sign again, where I showed like several building spots, you know, for these condos and lofts, and of course nothing is happening. And you know what? And then to quote Econ, what Econ said, well, folks, I'm not from Missouri, but you're gonna have to show me there's a housing demand. And the fact that he's already said that half of these places have not sold out, he's already saying my project is a failure. He won't say it directly, but all right. But anyway, YouTube, I made a video and I showed about at least a good 6 to 12 sites that they could easily erect these if there was really that high of demand. And if there was that high of demand, they would have already, you know, been erecting them. But I think if they do finally sell these out, and if they're stupid enough to go forward with the next phase of the project, the next phase of the project will more than likely be the old Patterson School Co-op lot, which I showed that in another video about a week ago. That's where the old Patterson School lot used to be at. That's only about half a block west of here. And here's another quote. He said, it's kind of related to this first crap that he said, but these units are going to sell out real soon, and we'll need another site. We plan to build downtown as long as the demand is there. And I think long term it's going to be there for the next 20 or 30 years. Well, for one thing, you idiot, Dayton and most of the Rust Belt cities like Dayton, Toledo, and Detroit have an older and dying population. And most college graduates do not stay here after they graduate college. So and also there's a 20 to 30% vacancy rate for homes and apartments in the city of Dayton. So where is the demand when the vacancy rate is that high? And if these units are going to sell out real time soon, okay, YouTube, it's like the old saying goes, shit in one hand, wish in the other, and see which one fills up faster. They did have a for sale sign over here about a week ago. I do not know if this place sold, but I believe it was this unit right here, 135 construction permit there in the window. And of course it says, you know, Dayton Mayor Nan Whaley, who's the joke, who's actually trying to bring these illegal immigrant children here because she wants to rebuild the population like that so she can screw these poor kids for cheap labor when they've grown up. And you know, we have people that, if the city of Dayton, if there is that high a demand of housing, you have a person like this man right here, who they treat our veterans like absolute crap. I'm not going to put them on camera, but you have tons of veterans that they're treating like crap. But yet the city of Dayton is involved in wasteful projects like this. That's our taxpayer money being spent that should not be spent. And yet they claim there's demand for these houses downtown, but yet half of these have only sold. And yet he claims, this guy who doesn't even live in Dayton, Charles Sims, claims downtown Dayton is thriving. You know? He ain't looking. Yeah. Downtown is not thriving. Not at all. Also, if you don't mind me asking you, as a veteran, I mean, what do you feel when you see this type of wasteful, money being spent, and yet you have veterans like yourself who have obviously suffered, and yet while they're pouring all this money into downtown Dayton, which is nothing but a total scam, and yet they treat our veterans like, total crap, and yet you have taxpayer money that's being spent on this type of crap right here, I know you're kind of speechless about this because I know this kind of brings up some strong emotions, but I mean, if there was that high of demand for this stupid crap, he would have already built. He would have already bought the old Patterson School Co-op lot. He would have already built behind Tech Town. He would have tore down that dilapidated building on Monument near Webster, near the ballpark, and the ones on Kiwi. But yet it's all nothing but a scam, And yet this guy who doesn't even live in our city, he claims downtown Dayton is thriving. And this is all nothing but a bunch of, fluff crap, is all it is. And also, it mentions the Rubicon Square, which I have not got that on film, but that's near the University of Dayton, near Stewart Street and Brown Street. And it said the Rubicon Square condo project broke ground in 2012, and since then, buyers have scooped up, read this statistic, YouTube, 8 of 14 condos. So he's had over 2 years to sell this crap, and yet it's not even working. So, and said he believes all the rest will be purchased before the end of the year. As I said before, shit in one hand, wish in the other, see which one fills up faster, And the groundbreaking for these 31 Patterson townhouses took place in 2013, and 11 units were sold in 2013. 5 more sold this year. So this kind of tells you this is all nothing but a total scam and a complete failure, you know. And I've already read enough of this article right here. This is all, you know, makes me sick right here. And it mentions something about the McCormick place, which is another bust that's went valued up, that they're being turned into condos, and it's another overpriced place. So speaking of there, I'm going to make a video of that place separately, that McCormick townhouse scam. They claim downtown is thriving, but yet they can't even sell these out. It's nothing but a waste, and yet the guy that's behind the scam doesn't even live in our fucking city, and yet he's wasting taxpayer money. It's true, man. Why should we be funding housing when veterans are not being medical treatment? It's nothing but a fucking scam, and people know it. And you know, YouTube, it's funny, as I just mentioned this to somebody on the street, this is nothing but a scam right here, yet they're spending money on this crap while veterans are suffering. And I just wanted to be put to a stop, you know. If the demand for housing was really there, there's already been several sites, YouTube. This is all nothing but a scam. Of course, people like that, you know, they don't, person I talk to, it's very doubtful they own any property, but yet they don't want to hear it. It's all nothing but a damn scam. As all this Patterson Place is in. And so I am going to try and make this an ongoing series, as there's articles, you know, that are published about this scam, you know, over time. And so, all right, YouTube, that's it for this one. I'm signing off from the Patterson Place Townhouse scam in downtown Dayton. Charles Sims, you are nothing but a failure for this.